When I was a young man, I carried my pack. I lived the free life of a rover. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, I waltzed my Matilda all over. Then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time to stop rambling, there's work to be done. They gave me a tin hat and gave me a gun and sent me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. Amidst all the tears, the shouts and the cheers, we sailed off for Gallipoli. It's well I remember the terrible day when our blood stained the sand and the water, and how in that hell they called Sublave we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was ready, he primed himself well. He rained us with bullets and showered us with shell. And in 5 minutes flat, he'd blown us all to hell. Nearly blew us back home to Australia. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as we stopped to bury our slain. And we buried ours, and the Turks buried theirs, and it started all over again. Now those who were living did their best to survive in that mad world of death, blood and fire. And for 7 long weeks I kept myself alive, while the corpses around me piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me arse overhead, and when I awoke in my hospital bed and saw what it had done, Christ, I wished I was dead. Never knew there was worse things than dying. For no more I'll go waltzing Matilda through the green bushes so far and near. For to hang tents and pegs, a man needs 2 legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. So they collected the crippled, the wounded and maimed, and shipped us back home to Australia. The legless, the armless, the blind and insane, those proud wounded heroes of Suvla. And as our ship pulled into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where me legs used to be, and thank Christ there was nobody waiting for me to grieve and to mourn and to pity. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as they carried us down the gangway, but nobody cheered, they just stood and stared and turned all their faces away. And now, every April, I sit on my porch, I watch the parade pass before me. I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reliving their years of past glory. I see the old men, all twisted and torn, the forgotten heroes of a forgotten war. And the young men, they ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. Let's hear ya. And the band plays Waltzing Matilda, and the young men still answer the call. And year after year, their numbers get fewer. Someday no one will march there at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? And our ghosts can be heard as we walk down the Billabong. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me?